What is Cafe Mocha? Cafe Mocha is experts, celebrities.
What's up? This is Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yours truly, Idris Elba.
This is Fantasia.
This is In Vogue.
This is India Ari.
So much more. All from a woman's perspective.
What flavor are you, baby?
This is Cafe Mocha.
It's radio from a woman's perspective with Lonnie Love, Yo-Yo, and I'm Angelique. MC Lyte is here to talk about 50 years of hip-hop. This is Cafe Mocha. On the line, she's the problem. I'm just kidding. The name of the album is I'm the Problem. K. Michelle is joining us. Welcome to Cafe Mocha. You haven't been here before, have you?
No, I haven't.
Well, you got to play with us. Tell us about the album.
Yes, yes. I'm poking. I'm just kind of poking. Since I got in the game, I've always been very outspoken, and I might have been more outspoken than people would like, but through years and being in the game for now, on tour we celebrated 10 years in the game. Okay. And just being through all of that and going through it, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna name the album I'm the Problem, because no matter how much you grow and no matter how much you show, it's still gonna be people who are gonna remind you of the mistakes that you have made, in your life. So instead of just running from no, and trying to always explain yourself, I'm going to let you think what you need to think. And I'm going to do what I need to do.
I love the title, first of all, because, of course, I've, been able to be one of your castmates on Love and Hip Hop. And Problems, it seems like, followed Love and Hip Hop artists and, forever. I think it's just because the world sees you in a different light. When you say, I am the problem, what do you feel was the problem?
I think it was growing pains. I don't think there's a manual on how to become a woman or, like a manual on how to get thrown into the public eye. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And how you're supposed to react and supposed to feel. And I feel like a lot of my problems that I had was in the industry. I remember when I spoke out about my abuse, and it was so crazy. I never thought that I would become the problem for speaking on my abuse. And I think that was my first hatred that started to build up in me. Like, I didn't have an awful life and things like that. I didn't have hate for people or hate for things.
How did you learn to let it go?
Like, I haven't. If you want me to be honest with you, I don't let it beat me up every day. But doing interviews now for the album, I realized that I'm still triggered by some of the questions or some of the things that, have happened in the business. I might have thought I was over them, but maybe I was just tucked away. And, I didn't really want to come out in public or sing or be bothered. So maybe that healing that I thought I had to heal that hate, maybe I thought maybe it's not healing. Maybe you were just numb and away from things.
Yeah, maybe it's part of your journey. You're being so fearless doing this country music. I mean, that's pushing through right there. You've gotten a lot of criticism. You've gotten a lot of people not really digging. I mean, how's that been on going country?
Oh, I love the song, by the way.
If I'm telling you the truth, thank you. But if I'm saying the truth, even about country, we like to beat each other up as a race. And we beat each other down so badly. It's like once one thing happens with us in the African-American community, the first thing we want to holler is cancel. Yeah. I watch other cultures and different things still stick together, even when they know they're wrong. For so long, I was told I could not sing country because of basically, I guess, how they thought a country singer supposed to look. It can't be because of how I grew up, because that's exactly who I am and grew up. And going into country, it's always my people that tell me a lot that I couldn't do country. Also, don't get it twisted. It's not a lot of us in country music.
Right.
I had never completely walked into that. I was just told I was going to have a hard time. And for the past 2 years, I've been just creating a project there, paying my dues, starting over as a new artist. And the country music industry has been so embracing and healing for me. They have been there. It's been about my talent. It's been not about, they don't know about no Love and Hip Hop. They don't care. Like, it's only been based in my talent in Nashville. That's been kind of one of the happiest moments for me. Like, for Dolly Parton, she wrote me a record. I have a record on my album from Dolly. Billy Ray Cyrus took me in. my other idol, Leanne Womack. That's my favorite. And she came to my home. We went out to dinner. She's like a mentor. The Judds, the Rolling Stones just announced that I'm on the Judds tribute album with Jelly Roll and Dolly Parton and Reba McEntire. And I grew up, the first tape I ever got in my entire life was the Judds. And it's a full circle moment for me for Naomi to pass, God rest her soul, for her, Naomi to pass. And my favorite song that I ever have sang that made me want to be a country singer, what are the chances that I would be singing it years later for the artist tribute album who's passed, that particular song?
Wow.
Right.
I think that's crazy. Like, I didn't ask for that record.
Yeah.
I didn't even ask for it. Like, how do
Full
you
circle
get that?
moment.
Like, yeah. So I'm hyped, y'all. Like, it's a whole community of African Americans in Nashville who are really fighting and trying to pave the way, and that get overlooked from their own. And it's a whole community, like, and they're really talented and amazing. So I just feel like I kind of entered into a tribe right now that is good for me.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it for you. I love it for you. I love it for you. We've been loving her for a long time. K. Michelle, new album, I'm the Problem. I'm the Problem. Tell them where they can find you and the new single and album.
You guys can find me at K. Michelle Music. I've just been putting out a lot of singles just because it is my last R&B album. So you can listen to Blame Yourself everywhere, all on Apple, and different places. And I'll be seeing y'all soon on a new TV show. I can't wait to see you.
Thank you.
I love y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you. Love you too. Thank you so much, K. Michelle. Congratulations.
Lonnie Love, Yo-Yo, and me, Angelique, on the line. Our girl, MC Lyte. Welcome back to Cafe Mocha.
Well, thank you so much, Hootie Hoo.
You know, Lyte, let's get into this. I was able to see the most wonderful show, the Grammys Salute to Hip Hop, 50 years of hip hop, and you were a part of it. Yo-Yo was a part of it. Everybody, it was a lot of people. But tell me, what was your thoughts on the whole show in general?
Oh my goodness. Well, once they told me, I think it was more than 40 artists, I was like, oh my God, how are they going to make this work? But, you know, behind the building, it was like a row of best trailers. You can walk down any given trailer. Matter of fact, I took a walk to go to Dougie Fresh's trailer and ran into Public Enemy and Cypress Hill. And I mean, everybody was there, and it felt so good. It was like a much-needed family reunion. And I know we do it a lot at these award shows where we're able to see a whole bunch of people we haven't seen before. But this was next level. Hip-hop just dripping all over the place.
And it was produced by Jesse Collins and the Grammy board. And I thought they did an excellent job of putting everybody together. Behind the scenes, though, was it egos? What was happening? Was anything happening behind the scenes?
You know what's interesting is no. I feel like everybody wanted to be a part of it and kind of just went with the flow of things. You know, when they call and say we want you to do this song and we only want you to do this much of it, it's like, oh, okay. Like, you know, the point of the matter is so much that needs to be handled in a show like that. And you are absolutely right. Big ups to Jesse Collins and the whole crew, Harvey Mason Jr., who is I can't even say newly appointed, the most recently appointed president of the Academy. I just think they did a fantastic job working it out. And of course, all of the performances, I think, were produced by Questlove along with LL Cool J, and everybody kind of weighing into what was going to make the most fabulous show. And I think they did a great job. I didn't see any egos. That wasn't my experience. Everybody fell in line with what was needed. Now, of course, I got a call from Fatima, and she said, I got some dance steps for you. Can I get you to do them? I said, you will not get an agreement until I see them. So send me a video, because you know MC Lyte don't dance. I got a mean step, but that's as much as I get.
But you've been throwing it out the window and looking back at it. Stop it.
That's Yo-Yo.
You've been working hard. You've been working. I've seen you throw it out the window a little bit. Like, don't try to play me out. Listen, here's what I want to ask you. Like,
I love it.
And I love it. Here's what I want to ask you. You know, for me, it was such a beautiful experience. And I was telling everybody that they should get tickets to this event. Which is airing on December the 10th on CBS, because it was one of those kind of moments where you have the outer body experience where you're not just the artist, you are the fan. Was there anybody there that you fanned out about?
Oh, my goodness. Lots of people, but the moment that took it away from me was seeing Will Smith and LL Cool J on the stage at the same time. I don't think I've ever seen them in the same space at the same time. So to me, that was like two of the greatest. They were on my walls. Fresh Prince and LL were part of my hip hop lineup on my walls next to Dougie Fresh and Heavy D and all of the rest of them. So to me, that was the moment. And then when you take a look back at the picture, you've got so many wonderful moments that existed that night. And, I hope that people tune in to check it out. I think it's a really nice way to cap off the 50th year of hip hop.
Definitely. It's Cafe Mocha on the line, our sister MC Lyte. We're talking about Grammy Salute to Hip Hop, 50 Years of Hip Hop, which is going to air on CBS December the 10th. Talking about 50 years, MC Lyte, you and Yo-Yo are a handful of women who are still there. I mean, can you take us back to the early years of hip hop and some of your memories?
Oh, yeah. I mean, with hip hop, Yo-Yo and we were signed to the same record label at the same time. I mean, I might have gotten there a couple of years prior to her, but for the bulk of our careers at this particular record label, we were there at the same time. And so we have some of the same experiences, going to BET and DC and doing Pump It Up with D out in, Los Angeles. And there are some markers that we share together. And then there's a whole side of New York with Latin Quarters and Union Square and the roller skating rinks and just all of the places where we were able to hear hip hop and feel closely connected that I cherish the most. Those are the memories that, quite frankly, we get paid to talk about. So where's my check? No, I'm joking. At Latin Quarters is where I saw Salt and Pepper perform, where they had red hoodies on and these big old gold chains. I saw Rakim and Eric B perform there and the Fresh Prince. And I saw Chuck D and Flavor Flav perform at Latin Quarters on that stage when he did My Uzi Weighs a Ton. It's just so many memorable moments that I will cherish forever.
Definitely. And now you've moved on up. You have become our voice for
everything.
I mean, everything. And we love it. It's like I don't want an award show. I don't want an event unless I hear that calming, soothe voice of MC Lyte. Seriously.
You're so kind.
No, seriously.
It's the truth.
How did you get into that?
Well, Malcolm Jamal Warner, who's a really good friend of mine. Matter of fact, he and I went back and forth yesterday. And he was one that was a real one. I asked him about voiceover and he said, listen, Lyte, here's my agent's number. I called his agent. I got into a workshop really quickly. The agent came by and saw what I was capable of, asked the teacher, was I worth the time and energy? She said yes. And there it began the whole career for me in VO. But as it relates to the award shows, I do believe that Jesse Collins was a part of that early process when they did VH1 Hip Hop Honors. And I had some voiceover stuff that I did in that show. And I think because of the very first VH1 Hip Hop Honors, they used a bit of that same production team when they slid over to do the BET Awards. So I think that's really how it started. And, many of these producers do many shows. And so because of the experience, I could get in and out and get it done. And I think right now, it's not just because I'm MC Lyte that I've been able to keep doing it. I think it's because of the level of professionalism, and I show up and I get it done quickly because I've done it so long. They don't have to retool or reteach someone new. So thank God for knowing what to do.
You know what I want to ask you, Lyte? 50 years of hip hop. Sure. And being such an icon and a legend in music with such the history behind you, is there anything that you say to yourself like, wow, that's something new? Or are you still learning? Like, what are you still learning? Like, what have you come to grips with after after being in the game for so long?
Well, what's so crazy is this morning I'm spending so much time on publishing and royalty rights. And, if I could have only knew then what I know now, and I would just say to anybody, not just in this business, but any business, if you could just learn the ins and outs, specifically as an artist, whether you draw art, paint, sing, rap, whatever it is, to know the ins and outs of what it is that you do so that you can be, properly compensated for it at some point in your life. And so I find that I'm still learning things that make this engine run. And it's not that I don't want anyone else to get paid, because let's face it, no one else is going to get involved and push and promote unless they too can assure themselves that they're going to have a check at the end of the day. But I think really understanding that this is a full circle business and everyone has to be compensated properly. So I'm still learning, yes.
It's Cafe Mocha on the line. MC Lyte, our girl. You have this wonderful business sense. I want to talk about something that you're doing that I'm excited about. You have joined the Broadway bound Wiz as a co-producer yourself, and also Common. How exciting is that?
I already got my tickets.
Yeah, it's extremely exciting. I mean, I grew up during that whole era, so it feels good to become a part of it. And my mom used to take me to the plays. She had a friend who they called him Prince. He had black and white. Well, he wasn't that Prince. It was a different Prince. He had black and white hair, very dark-skinned guy, short as I remember it. And he worked as a doorman at the Majestic Theater, and he had friends. And, they were in a union. So all of the theaters were ran by a team of doormen, and they would let us in to go see the show. So every Tuesday I would invite someone from my block, and my mother would take us to see theater. And nice. For me, and I always wanted to, when I saw people on stage, I said to myself, I want to be a part of performance. I love the adoration, the lights, the cameras, the action. And so to now get a chance to be an executive producer of The Wiz feels like a miracle. It's like God is bringing things full circle back again. And yeah, I'm on my way to Chicago this weekend to see it again, because I went to opening night in Baltimore at the Hippodrome, the original theater that it showed in many, many moons ago. But it feels great, and we're going to Broadway. And yeah, this is my first time in this sort of space, and I think I'm just getting started.
I love it.
When is it going to Broadway?
I believe March is when it starts.
Yeah, I already got my tickets, so.
It's coming to LA, so I'm definitely going to catch it. And I always go to Broadway for things like that. It's starring our girl Deborah Cox and a host of other people. And Deborah's, she really puts the work in. I'm so happy for her to be back on Broadway. And I'm happy that you're one of the executive producers. Now, before we let you go, we're talking to MC Lyte. Let's talk about your business partnership with Dr. Lynn Richardson. I see you all the time when we do the Women's Expo, and you're always helping, giving great financial advice to sisters. Let's talk a little bit more about that, if you can expound on it.
Absolutely. And I missed you the last time I actually saw you. You were about 20 feet away from me, but I was getting over a cold. I had a mask on my face, and the only time I took the mask off was when I was actually on the stage. Oh. So yes, I do get to see you often, and that's wonderful. I like running into you. And, Angelique, I miss you. I have not seen you in forever and a day.
I miss you too. I always say I'm going to call you, and then I figure you don't want to hear from me, so I don't.
Whatever. You better call me.
That's me. So, that's me.
This is
I saw you on Queen of the South, and I did cartwheels. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. This next month, we start up Angel again. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but Manny Haley, who has the Amani Media Group, we did 3 episodes of a show called Angel. It's on BET Plus. But more importantly, we're going in to do 5 more to make a whole season. And I play a detective named Detective Monroe. She's a fun character, so maybe you guys could tap into that. But as it relates to Lynn Richardson, she's really taught me, you know, what it is to have a business as opposed to just a loan out company. And, you know, for those listening that don't know what a loan out company is, it's just like people running around calling themselves CEOs, but they don't do anything. And in hip hop, that's rampant. Everybody's a CEO, but really she has put me in deep training to be responsible and accountable for someone who wants more than just being in front of the microphone or in front of the camera. And she's taught me what sisterhood is about. So we've been able to give money away to folks attending school and furthering their education with Hip Hop Sisters Foundation. We've been able to, you know, executive produce our first television show with AMC, All Black Networks. We've just been able to accomplish a lot, and those are the blaring things out in the front. But there's so much more that we do on a day-to-day as it relates to management and helping others and production and development and things of that nature. So, yeah, thank you, Lynn Richardson. I call her the COO of my life. You know, she happens to also be a minister, so I take what she says, I put value upon it, and she's really taught me what sisterhood is.
You know, that's what life is about. You know, like it's about us celebrating each other. It's about us having partnerships. It's about us growing and helping each other. And you definitely show that. You're an actress, you're a entrepreneur, you're a director, you're an MC, and I'm proud to call you my sister. Happy holidays.
Oh,
I love you so much.
Happy holidays.
I love you. Thank you so much, ladies. Keep on kicking it. Big up and much respect to Sheila. And I love Cafe Mocha. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, now.
I love you.
Make sure you check out the Grammys 50th Anniversary Salute to Hip Hop, which airs Sunday at 8:30 on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
We're at Cafe Mocha Radio.
Okay, y'all.
Sisters in Solidarity, a celebration of girl groups for Black Music Month, hosted by the award-winning Funky Divas In Vogue.
It's Cindy Herron from In Vogue with this Black Music Month Spotlight.
I'm so excited.
From the Bay, they were ahead of their time. Style and musical trendsetters for every girl group that followed. With 3 Grammy Awards and 2 American Music Awards, they were one of the first girl groups to have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
We're really hard workers, and we go out there and we take our job very seriously.
With hits like Automatic, Jump, He's So Shy, and I'm So Excited, we celebrate the Pointer Sisters, our sisters in solidarity.
Girl groups who shape the fabric of contemporary music and soundtracks of our lives. Be sure to join the hashtag Ladies in Solidarity Music Challenge on Instagram. To experience more, visit cafemocharadio.com. Brought to you by...
It's time to embrace you, your melanin-rich skin, and its unique beauty needs.
When you get over the age of 50, you definitely have to start using things on your skin.
iKnow is made specifically to address maturing skin conditions. All of the iKnow products provide highly effective natural ingredients dedicated to delivering proven results.
The best advice my mother gave me, take care of your skin now so to take care of you later.
iKnow, your beauty solution for maturing skin.
It's Cafe Mocha.
Radio from a woman's perspective. We call it Cafe Mocha with comedian and Emmy award-winning talk show host Lonnie Love, legendary rapper Yo-Yo, and me. I'm the producer, Angelique. We're talking about the Grammys Salute to Hip Hop airing Sunday on CBS. Lonnie, go ahead.
You know, we were talking about the Grammys Salute to 50 years of hip hop, and we have a star that was a participant of the show, Miss
she was sitting
Yo-Yo.
No. She was sitting in the second row. And as soon as I went into the audience, who do I see partying like a rock star, girl? You had the crowd around you. The people was going. I didn't even see you because all I saw was I felt the energy first, and then I saw you. I was like, wait. It was like, yo, wait. I was like, wait. I was like, oh, Lonnie. I was like, girl.
It was a good time. I was in the audience with Yo-Yo's two daughters. And when I tell you we partied and we had a good time, I mean, I didn't know what to expect the whole show because, you know, it's like, but the first thing that you see is the stage. The stage was phenomenal. It had that hip hop feel to it. And I want to know, like, what was happening backstage for you, Yo-Yo?
You know what, Lonnie? Everybody, it was like a big family reunion. Every energy was humbled. Every energy, I saw excitement. There was a lot of people. I mean, people that, you know, normally celebrities in this industry, they want to have this kind of tone to themselves, meaning that they want to go in their own space and be by themselves. The beauty of this was I was seeing Chuck grabbing Cypress Hill. I was seeing Too Short grab YG. I mean, it was such a family reunion where no one stayed in their cabin. The security that Jesse Collins Productions had put together was immaculate. It just seemed like everyone was out of their trailers for once. You know, normally you walk down these trailers, you don't see anybody. Right. Everybody was out. It was such great energy. I'm telling you, I was in Disneyland, literally.
Who were you most excited to see?
I was happy to see Cypress Hill. Being from the West Coast, we never get a chance to see Cypress Hill. And they have made such an impact in hip hop. So to see that they were being represented felt so good to me. I mean, I just loved seeing Jermaine Dupri walk up the stairs while we're heading to rehearsal and grabbing all the artists. And then, you know, it felt so good to see so many people embracing this art form that we have all helped create. And I didn't feel like there was any egos. I felt like we could all be fans and fan out without it feeling like, hey, give me 1 second. Let me, you know. So I thought it was really exciting. I was in a crowd.
They had a real good mix, Angie, of old school hip hop and new school. You had people from Tyga and Rick Ross. You had Gorilla. You had Dougie Fresh. You had Public Enemy. You had JJ Fad. I mean, you know, you had Speech. It's like it was over 40 artists that they had.
Speech. Oh my God, sorry to cut you off, Lonnie, but seeing Speech when we were checking in again, I think I haven't seen Speech in so long. And to see Diggable Planet, my girl from Diggable Planet, to see her, it was such a great vibe. You just don't get that kind of energy. All of us in one space. It was a great lineup, like you said, young and old. And to see, I said, oh my God. Literally almost 20 years.
It's Cafe Mocha on the line. We're talking to Yo-Yo about the Grammy salute to 50 years of hip hop. Now, you performed, and you had there were some people, theirs a little shorter. Yours, I'm going to brag. It was a performance. Tell us, how did you prepare for that?
Listen, I love Jesse Collins. I know him back from my radio days. I watched... he's just a great producer. His team is amazing. I loved working with Fatima and Erica.
Well, tell the people what song did you perform and what you look like.
You can't play with my yo-yo. I didn't want to come out there with hey, listen, the energy, and I'm telling you, the energy, Lonnie. And I know, my daughter said, do you ever get tired of performing that song? And I said, literally, I don't, because the more love I build within myself, the more I have to like give out when I'm performing. And just the preparation that I had for this event was so exciting. I mean, I've never, ever, without a budget, went and spent that much money on my wardrobe, makeup, hair, the whole nine. I wanted to be perfect. I knew I was going to be in front of my peers and people that I hadn't seen in a long time. So I came out there like the West Coast representative that I am.
Like
represent Cafe Mocha, represent you, Lonnie, and Angelique, and Sheila. Everybody who's watching and listening to us on the air, I came out representing us. So you can watch it December the 10th, CBS. It is one of the best. A lot of my friends are turning 50. It is one of the best shows that you can see on CBS. It is hip hop at its finest, no matter what place you come in at it. And yeah, I think it's going to be great. Lonnie, listen. And I can guarantee you the TV is going to be on Lonnie. Lonnie was partying. I said, God, Lonnie got this Lonnie a little bougie, low key. But Lonnie was in there partying. I was like,
I didn't know, Alex got me tickets and he was like, I think I'll be able to get you some tickets. I said, oh, okay, well, I'll sit in the audience. And when I saw where they put me, I was like, oh, the camera was right. And I was like, okay, now I'm going to have to dance. But I didn't have to because it was songs that I remember growing up. It was songs that, and it wasn't like you get into it and then here come another one. Then here come another one. That's just how great it was. But also, let's talk about, we're not giving it away, but there was a wonderful in memoriam that they did during the show. Did you get to see it, Yo-Yo?
No, I didn't see it. We went back to the back. We went back to our cabins by then.
Okay, well, there's a wonderful in memoriam during the show that you do not want to miss. And I'm pretty sure once it airs, it will be all over social media. I think that was so great. And this is what happens when you have, I'm going to just say it, Black producers.
Black producers hosting a Black event.
Listen,
you know.
Yes.
Because it was a really nice touch because we've lost so many in hip hop, and it wasn't just your standard, like Tupac and Biggie. Right. No, it was like everybody that's been in it, and it turned out not to be a sad in memoriam. It was more of it's a celebration, which I really appreciated it. We're talking about Grammys Salute to Hip Hop, which is airing on CBS December the 10th. Yes. On CBS. Yo-Yo is in it. You have Queen Latifah. Yes, so many.
Yo-Yo.
Luda.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, Luda? It's Yo-Yo. Angelique, our producer from Cafe Mocha, and Lonnie Love is also one of the hosts.
Oh, good. Well, first and foremost, it's an honor and a pleasure. Yeah, I got a lot of my DNA when it comes to the yo-yo side of things, and everybody else I love and respect. So, man, it's an honor.
How are you?
I'm going to let you guys have your moment. What did coming up, as a DJ and an aspiring rapper and actor, what did Yo-Yo mean to you when you heard her music, I'm just saying.
Oh, no, that's great. It's a great question. Shoot, especially from a man who has all daughters and trying to empower them and, let them know about self-confidence. And I think that when I was young and I was looking at Yo-Yo, I just loved how extremely confident she was about herself, and honestly, you could just tell she stood for something. It's those eyes, the eyes are the gateway to the soul. So she has those mesmerizing eyes, but a demeanor unlike any other female I'd ever seen. And so watching her and what she spoke about, and you could tell she meant every single word that came out of her mouth, is exactly what we needed in the industry in order to pave the way for everything that's going on, right now, and then some. So I was just blown away. And before I could even speak and verbalize it to the way that I am now, I understood it when I saw it at that time.
I love that.
The dog agreed.
Listen, I know my dog. Luda, I love you. I've watched you your entire career. And it's such an honor to see how far hip hop has come. We've come into the game where when I started, journalists were saying, is hip hop here to stay? And you are a great example that hip hop is here to stay. Karma's World is something that you've been working on, I think, for a long time. I remember back in, was it 2012? You released an album, I think, that featured your daughter with some educational songs.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I think it was even before that. I've been working on this 14 years, but to answer your question, that's how it started out. It was a website, and it was an educational website, and that was kind of like phase one of it. So she was 6 years old when we started doing this, because she always used to come in my studio and ask, she would say she wanted to rap, and she would interrupt me doing my music, and I would always kick her out, but she was so consistent that one day I had to sit her down and talk to her and say, if you want to do music, you got to talk about what goes on in your life, because Daddy talks about what goes on in his, and I'm a narrator of that. And for her, it was obviously about school and an occasional play, and so we birthed this whole idea of Karma's World. If me saying that isn't a testament to, never giving up and believing in yourself, because it took 14 years, as I always call it, to fail better and better each time in order to bring it to fruition to what it is today. And I don't know what better to tell people. I just stuck with it and never gave up. So
here's your dose of espresso. Strong, hot news now.
This is The Espresso. I'm Angelique. Jewish actress Julianne Margulies did not make any new black friends with this statement.
The Jews were the ones that walked side by side with the blacks to fight for their rights. Jews died for their cause. The fact that the entire black community isn't standing with us says either they just don't know or they've been brainwashed.
Meanwhile, TV host Jeannie Mai went on the Jennifer Hudson show to talk about her divorce from Jeezy.
At the time when I found out, at the same time as the rest of the world, that my marriage was ending in divorce, I was gutted.
Jeezy says she's a lie about being blindsided. Just ask their marriage counselor. And come Christmas Day, Fantasia is returning to her role as Ms. Seeley.
But I knew that when I saw Color Purple, me and Seeley had a lot in common. I was young, and I remember watching her, and I was like, wow.
That's The Espresso.
It means so much because, like you said, me being a young girl in the industry, it matters what men think about us. Whether we like it or not, whether women want to say it doesn't matter, it matters. When you have support, you're a girl's dad without a doubt, which means a lot to a lot of people. What motivated you to want to encourage your daughter to be a part of what you have going on? How important was that for you?
Well, that's really a great question because, at 6 years old, when she made that decision, I wasn't thinking that she was going to stick with that for the rest of her life, but I had to take her serious at that moment. She has since gone on and kind of obviously changed her mind about certain things, but look at what that conversation and me taking her serious has come to. And now if she ever wants to fall back, apart from certain things she's doing, she always loves the creative aspect of music and television and animation. So that is the goal, to have something for all of not only my daughters, my entire family, if they so choose to come work with this entity that I've created as a brand that continues to expand, and they have that option. So there you have it. It's just it meant everything to take her serious. You should take everybody serious, that you love and that you cherish, and somebody from your family, even if it means just having that conversation, and you let them show you how serious they are after you have that conversation with them.
Right. The cartoon is adorable.
It's
Thank absolutely you. Adorable. What kind of feedback have you gotten? Because I remember when it came on Netflix, I do cartoon voices. And so I see it. And every time I see a little cartoon, I click on it. I'm like, oh, my God. And then when I saw your name, okay, I'm loving this. But what's been the response from kids, from the industry, from parents?
Man, from kids, it's been overwhelming because there's a lesson, and obviously in every single episode, and it's not trying to drill it down. It's basically music driven, but there's a moral, and it's what actual kids are going through right now, which I feel like we need more now than ever. Real life situations, and a lot of them are based on things that Karma actually went through in her life, which is why I feel like kids are resonated with it so much. But to answer your question about parents, the number one thing I get from parents is I wish I had this when I was a kid, but I'm glad that I have it now. So, this is one of those things that's bringing parents and kids together, and some of those hard conversations to have. That's the number one way that I'm able to teach my children is we'll watch a movie together, and then they have so many questions based on what happened in the movie, and we're able to open that dialogue because obviously my kids are, they're not going to get in certain situations immediately when it comes to what's going on in the street. So I have to teach them by watching these situations and then telling them what to do if they were to get in them. So to answer your question, that's basically what it is. It's showing and proving and literally just real life, because that's what animation and that's literally what art is supposed to be about, imitation of real life.
Talking about art imitating life. That's exactly what it is. Art imitating life. We talked about it so much.
That's the show. If you want to hear the full interview with MC Lyte, it's on our podcast at Mocha Podcast Network or by streaming wherever you get your podcasts at Cafe Mocha Radio. Until next time, you can find us on all platforms at Cafe Mocha Radio. Cafe Mocha is a production of Miles Ahead Broadcasting in partnership with Super Radio. Executive producer Sheila Eldridge. For comments, booking, or more information, visit cafemocharadio.com.
Okay, y'all. Sisters in Solidarity, a celebration of girl groups for Black Music Month, hosted by the award-winning Funky Divas In Vogue.
Hey, it's Terry Ellis from In Vogue with this Black Music Month Spotlight. They are true sisters in the spirit who helped bring gospel music into the mainstream. With 3 Grammy Awards, 16 albums, and millions in sales, they are the highest-selling female gospel group in history.
When you're just faithful over the gift that God has given unto you, He can continue to allow you to move forward.
With hits like Is My Living in Vain, You Brought the Sunshine, and Pure Gold, we celebrate the Clark sisters, our sisters in solidarity.
Girl groups who shape the fabric of contemporary music and soundtracks of our lives. Be sure to join the hashtag Ladies in Solidarity Music Challenge on Instagram. To experience more, visit cafemocharadio.com. Brought to you by...
It's time to embrace you, your melanin-rich skin, and its unique beauty needs.
When you get over the age of 50, you definitely have to start using things on your skin.
I Know is made specifically to address maturing skin conditions. All of the I Know products provide highly effective natural ingredients dedicated to delivering proven results.
The best advice my mother gave me, take care of your skin now so to take care of you later.
I Know, your beauty solution for maturing skin.